right over there. We're gonna start heading over to the lake now, so let's see if we can catch some fish. It's pretty windy today, but I think we can do it. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to today's video. Today we're about to be going out on this incredible lake here to do some fishing. Before we start, I wanted to show you the two rods and reels I'm going to be using. So first up, we have this incredible little combo here. This is a Black Max Abu Garcia. This is a 7-foot rod, medium heavy, and it's best to be medium heavy just because we're in a kayak. I need as versatile as a rod as you can possibly get, so that's what we're going to be using for both rod and reel setups. But I think the hero for today's video is going to be a lipless crankbait. I'm going to be starting with a red eye shad made by Strike King. Pretty excited about that because the lipless in here just seems to tear up the fish. It's not always a lights out kind of deal, but in early spring sometimes it can be really, really good. So I think this lure will work for today, but if not, I do have a backup. This place usually gets really, really weeded up, so my backup is this paddle tail swim bait. This is a weedless swim bait because I have it on a 4/0. I think it's an EWG hook, but it's a swim bait hook, and then it's got a 1/4 ounce of weight on there. Basically, that paddle tail will just agitate the water just enough that those fish will come up and chomp on it. So we're gonna get out there and see if we can rip some lips today. Let's do it. All right, we made it out on the water. Pretty exciting. Let's do this. Water looks pretty clear. It's a little stained in the middle, but on the edges it's definitely clear. We had some rain this morning and last night, but you just don't know unless you try. Like I said, I'm gonna start with the old lipless. We'll see if it can handle the weeds in here, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully we can get on a couple. Found a bunch of line in the water. Gonna see if there's a lure on it and then try to clean this place up. A little Senko. It ain't been here long, that's for darn sure. The hook's still brand new. So I think what I'll do is I'll just toss that in the bottom of the boat here. Try to wrap this line up the best I can because it's a mess. And hopefully I don't get snagged out of this. We'll see. Cool. Got a little line out of the water. Hopefully it doesn't affect the fish at all. And we're back to fishing. The wind is picking up. It's supposed to die down to like nothing tonight, but I'm not sure if I'll be here long enough to see the nothingness. I think when I leave it's gonna be, 8 miles an hour. Right now supposedly it's around 13. I'm wondering if it's a little bit higher than that with the gusts. That was insanely cool watching those ducks come right up there. Some blue-winged teal came right up to me. It's really, really windy right now. Fishing's tough. I don't know what's going on. Could be my bait's not moving great in the water with all the wind and me moving, and it's hard to know your speeds. There we go. First fish. On the swim bait. First swim bait fish of the year, I believe. It's tough out here. It's really tough with the wind. It's kind of in like a bluegill pattern that I've got here, which doesn't surprise me at all. I'm about to hit a log. And the reason I got the bluegill pattern is just there's so many daggum bluegills. I really like whites and pearls, and then if not, natural colors. So let me see if I can break this rod tip off real quick on this log. First fish, that's a boy. It's tough. This wind is a killer. Woo! Oh my goodness. Must have put it right on his head. That was a quick bite right there. Oh, that's what happens when the fish does not fully commit. He takes the tail. That kind of stinks. Now I got to dig my tackle box out of here, and if you can't tell, I'm kind of packed in here like a sardine. It's all right. Another bite. Bite number 2. Super windy. Hope you can hear me. All right, we got us a new bait tied on. We're gonna see if we can get another one. I'm casting right in that same area, so I'm sure he hasn't gone far, and if he did leave, I'm sure another one moved in. There's so many fish in this lake. it can be out of control at times. All right, y'all, we got one fish now. It is extremely windy. It's really tough. So what I've got myself right now, it's hard to see, but there's a little log there and a little log there, and I've got myself pinched between these two. I apologize for the wind noise. I didn't realize it was going to be this bad. I think it's just the fact that all of that wind is going straight through the lake today. There's really no trees covering on the far side, so the wind is just cutting right through here. Typically, I mean, I've been out here before when it's this windy, and I don't have this kind of problems because the wind isn't going straight east. Today it's just straight east, and it's making everything really, really difficult. Let's see if we can find some more fish though. There we go. Pumped a little slack in her. Nice fish. Digging a little bit. Yes, that is a good fish right there. Man, got lots of fight in her. The old swim bait bass. That's about a 2, honestly. That is about a 2-pounder. Great fish here. I'm just getting blown all over the place. There we go. That's incredible. Incredible largemouth. 15-incher, I'd say. Pushing 2 pounds, maybe a hair under. We were able to get one though. Kind of textbook where they're hiding out at. You know, in early springtime, I've been here before and they're kind of in the same areas. So I guess I'm not going to waste too much time exploring. I'm just going to stick to the spots that I know are pretty good and they can produce. I've officially moved up to some of the shallower waters now. It seems like a lot of these fish are hanging out in some shallow water. Hopefully they're starting to get ready to spawn or thinking about it. And can't wait until that happens because the fishing will go from, you know, really good to just really, really, really stupid good. Right now it's pretty good though. Able to get a few fish. Only been here about a half an hour. We're picking them off slow and sure. There we go. Kind of a topwater hit. Just watching some birds fly over. So we moved over into a little bit calmer water, a little less wind. There we go. I think these fish are getting a little bit bigger or else something's going on in here. I mean, because that's a pretty good bass. I'm not used to catching very large ones out of here. There are some monsters that live in here. But for the most part, most of them look about like that right there. Gorgeous bass. It really is a pretty one. I love catching largemouth. It's so much fun. Especially in early spring before the weeds get too bad in here. They're starting to get bad, but I mean, it's not completely terrible. Springtime fishing is by far my favorite. I think there's more opportunity, more bites. Everything about it is just better. It's not 1,000 degrees outside yet. I mean, you just cannot beat spring fishing. Wow, that was a pretty neat topwater bite right there. Let's throw back in there and see if we can get them. I'm not trying to topwater fish. It's just hard with these baits. They're not sinking very much because there's so much weeds. They're kind of just riding on top of it. There we go. Got to watch the wake come in and everything. These fish are definitely shallow. I mean, it is 1.5 feet here. 1.5 feet at the most. Finally, gosh dang. Short but stocky guy, wow. Wait till you see the tail on this thing. Some geese are peacing out. Check out the tail on this guy. Is that not the funkiest looking thing you've ever seen? Look how fat he is and how short that thing is. Just look at that. Goofy. Got a little bit of like some scoliosis or something going on in this last little section here. Pretty goofy looking. There we go, another one. Switched over to the pearl swim bait on that after the first fish actually. And the reason why is I only had one bluegill swim bait, I guess. Or at least that's all I see right now. Once I get through this one, I'll dig back through there and see if I can find some more. But for right now, we're on them. We are on the meat. There's actually a sandhill crane right there that's like 15 yards away. I'm really hoping he's not too bothered by me. I'm not gonna mess with him. I just don't know if he'll mess with me, because I am awfully close. I don't know if you know much about sandhill cranes, but they got a hell of a beak on them. Okay, we made it around the crane. Nobody got bit or pecked, which is pretty cool. I was a little nervous there for a second because I got a little closer than I had hoped for. Yeah, come on, baby. Come back for it. Man, that was so cool. I had to get out of the wind. I don't know if the fishing will be as... I mean, I think there's insane fishing out there right now, but it's just too windy. It's too difficult out there. So we're switching it up and we're trying to get some of these fish off these brush piles in here. And they're biting. I'm just struggling with the swim bait. Right back in here is actually where I caught my largest bass ever. 6 pounds, 2 ounces. Like I said, there's monsters in here. They're just few and far between. When I say far, I mean real far. Oh my God, you scared the crap out of me. I had no idea there was a bird right there. Not a single clue. Little nest right there. Whew! Probably shook like a crazy person. Wow. I promise I'm not going to touch your nest. I have no desire to eat goose eggs. Okay, so I've caught a few now. We're going to probably go back into some of the more windy sections of the lake. I just want to start working my way around this lake a little bit to see what I can catch. So, got to go back out there. Hopefully it's not too brutal, but we'll see what happens. Stick with it, and let's get on to some more windy noises. There we go. We are hooked up, kind of on the flats again, so I think they're moving up. I keep saying it. I just haven't convinced myself, even though I've caught like 5 on the shallow water. I do enjoy catching them on a swim bait a little bit more than like a lipless. A little easier to take them off with just one hook. You don't have 10 treble hooks getting stuck in there. Well, usually easier, I should say. There we go. Another gorgeous largie. About the same size as the last couple. Got some black dots on this fence. I'm not sure what that's about, but it is nice to catch them. This spot usually will produce 1 or 2, and sure enough, we got one. There we go. Hooked up again. Another cast. Next cast, honestly. That's nice. There's your second one out of here. Hopefully we can get a couple more, but that's incredible. It's not always that easy through here. You can usually get 1 or 2, like I said, but sometimes they're better than others. I've had to work almost all day for every bite, and here it just seems like it's going smoothly. Same size again. If you ever wanted this place to be a trophy bass lake, I think you'd have to remove every fish that size, because there's thousands of them. There we go. They're hooked up. With all the geese making lots and lots of noise. Ooh, a little bit smaller guy. Still able to get him in the boat though. I guess he's not that small. He might be an inch or so shorter, a couple ounces smaller, but another fish. Wow, man, I sped it up because I was over it. I was literally over that cast, and sure enough, we have this guy. Man, that was so cool. As soon as I sped it up, he came out of nowhere, and I was flooring it to reel this thing back in, and then he just decided to kick it up into 6th gear, and dang, another little one. I just wish we could get one real quality one, but you know, the numbers in here is just, it's insanity. It really is crazy. This place has the opportunity to be a big bass factory, but you just have to take those out, and it's hard for me to just pitch fish on the ground, as this is a public place. So I'd rather just do numbers for now, and the size will come hopefully. All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed the little video here. The wind is out of control. It is still blowing. It just died down a little. It's around about a mile an hour now. We're on the west side, so we're just getting a little bit of the wind, where if we were all the way on the other side, we'd just be getting straight lined wind all the way across. So we're gonna get ready and hop out now. We did get a few fish, which is pretty neat, but yeah, I suppose I'll see you on the bank. All right, I think we're gonna call it there. We did catch some fish, which is pretty cool. I'm very thankful to be able to get a couple fish today. Fishing was tough with the wind, but I still can't believe we were able to get as many as we did with the rain this morning and the rain last night. I don't know why, but it seems like every time I'm able to come out here, it's right after a rainstorm. It's really nasty for a couple days, and then right after that, it's beautiful. So today it's beautiful, and this weekend it's gonna be up into the 80 degrees, so I can't wait to see what the next couple weeks out here brings. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and the key for today, paddle tail swim baits. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.